Today on WSRH Extra, one of our Seminole Ridge Hawks got the chance to meet someone who's considered his biggest inspiration.
Also, we take a sweet bite into one of Palm Beach's favorite chocolate factories.
WSRH Extra starts now. Welcome to this episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Anthony Bowie.
And I'm Riley Sullivan. We are here at Seminole Ridge, where students are beginning to shape their lives and determine their futures.
With the competitive industries making it hard to enter the workforce, a once young student made it into the journalism world with one of the biggest obstacles.
Broadcast editor Mike Caruso visited students here at Seminole Ridge to share his journey.
WSRH Extra reporter Jalen Bruce takes us to that guest speaker.
For people that plan on entering the broadcast journalism industry, there are many obstacles that one faces. But for one student at Seminole Ridge, his obstacles were a bit different than most. Tristen Onofre is a sophomore in the TV Production Academy and was born with cerebral palsy. Although the disability restricts him from most things, he doesn't let that stand in his way of his passion for TV production.
At home, I have another computer that's all touch screen, and it works with my hat.
Last year, Tristen learned about an editor at a local news station with similar physical limitations who has overcome them. Since then, he's been waiting to meet Mike Caruso, and this November, he had something to be thankful for when he finally got to meet his real-life hero.
He's like me. I remember being his age, wanting to do a lot of things in life and wanting to, take on the world. And I decided that I wanted to make sure that people like Tristen don't give up. People that, that they can see me and I don't mind being a role model. There's nothing wrong with that.
Tristen seemed to have had a good time wheeling around with his new friend.
I was so happy to meet him.
Mike was diagnosed with a muscular disorder which physically disables him, making him wheelchair-bound. He edits, produces, and sometimes even reports for Channel 12, but has faced many hurdles getting to where he is today.
People will help me, but the hardest part is getting people to know me. And that's the hardest thing. Some people like to treat me like with velvet gloves, I'm afraid I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't want to, but I'm just normal like anybody else, and that's really the only hardest thing.
Tristen believes that being a human being always comes first, and a disability comes second.
We all think about the same, and how people supposed to look at us and they put it not a person with a disability.
Mike has offered to be Tristen's mentor to help him achieve his dream of entering the news world. Tristen says that seeing a person like Mike inspires him to keep pushing and working hard. For WSRH Extra, I'm Jalen Bruce.
While Hoffman's chocolate is a popular place this time of the year, most don't get to see the work that takes place behind the scenes. WSRH Extra reporter Rachel Clark takes us to the Hoffman's chocolate factory.
In the 1980s, he came here. We are now the main factory for all of the Hoffman stores.
Hoffman's Chocolates is known for their sweet treats and handmade chocolate. And every year they open the doors of their factory to spread some Christmas cheer.
It was really interesting seeing just the mass production that goes through there, and they loved decorating, the kids loved decorating the Christmas tree.
The art of handmade chocolate dates back to the late 1700s and hasn't gone out of style, as Hoffman's has hung on to this tradition.
It's better to see more of a hands-on of how everything works, to see how much a lot of it is still done by hand and not machines.
Kids like Asher really enjoyed learning about what goes into making all the different kinds of chocolates.
It was a lot of information about chocolate that I did not know.
While wishes of milk and dark chocolate are granted all year round, Hoffman's gives the gift of different delicacies during the holidays.
Well, we have the milk dark and white. We have dairy-free, sugar-free, but normally the peppermint bark's pretty popular for the Christmas time.
From lights to chocolate to encounters with Santa Claus, Hoffman's Chocolate creates its very own Floridian winter wonderland. For WSRH Extra, I'm Rachel Clark.
The Seminole Ridge Construction Academy has partnered with Habitat for Humanity for the 7th year, creating homes for those in need. WSRH Extra reporter Shelby Garamone takes us to the students' latest project.
We're saying we're going to pick up 50,000 pounds.
Programs like this are, I think, essential to the reality of, the workforce. I mean, I think our kids here at Seminole Ridge, especially through the Construction Academy, that is supported by whites, have an opportunity to learn a skill.
The Seminole Ridge Construction Academy has been making houses for Habitat for Humanity for the past 7 years for families that are less fortunate.
Here in Palm Beach County, they do about 18 houses a year. Ours is one extra. They don't have to do the work on this, most of the work on this. We do pretty much everything for them.
What inspires the students in the Construction Academy to build this house goes further than just pursuing their passion.
The academy, we're just building the house blindly. We don't really see the other side of the people who are actually going to live in it. So when they come here and they're like, hey, I immigrated here, or hey, I just got out of this job, or hey, my family's struggling, it really helps to see that you're helping people. You're not just building a house for no reason.
These skills that are acquired in the academy are important for students for life after high school.
Having this sort of first-hand experience to actually touch it and see if this is something that they're good at and would like to do in the future, you can't put a dollar amount on that. I think it's just a great opportunity for our students at an early age to put themselves in a position to figure out what the next step of their life is.
Building these houses opens the door for careers in the near future for the academy students.
I've always wanted to do a construction career after high school, so I thought starting now would be a great plan.
If I was going into construction management in college or something like that, I think this would be a great introduction to help me into that.
It's going to teach me how to do maintenance on it. It just taught me to be a better person overall.
While building these homes for these families leaves a mark on the families' lives, this classroom builds a career for its students. For WSRH Extra, I'm Shelby Garamone.
Imagine all the treats and cookies you can dream of, but for your pet. WSRH Extra reporter Evan Eisenstarks brings us to the Wolfgang Dog Bakery.
For hundreds of years, bakeries have been making goods from sweet to savory. However, at this Wellington bakery, they make a little something for man's best friend.
And then our bold treats, our bulk treats, we use different ingredients for those. Then we make our bacon cheddar treats here. They're organic and gluten-free.
With dogs having certain dietary restrictions, this bakery is constantly hounded about having the right ingredients.
So we use carob, which is it's from the root, so it's a vegetable.
For Colleen Valley, opening the bakery wasn't just for her, it was for her family.
My dogs, that was the reason why. We don't have any two-legged children, just four-legged.
Wolfgang Bakery allows you to pamper your pet in more ways than just one.
We do grooming. We have all the accessories, pet foods, and then we have our baked goods.
Wolfgang Bakery makes treats that both dogs and humans can enjoy. For WSRH Extra, I'm Evan Eisenstark.
Our Seminole Ridge thespians took the show at districts where they performed their one-act play. WSRH Extra reporter Alexa Greco has more on the story.
68996899689. On November 30th, the Seminole Ridge thespians went to compete at their one-act district competition. I had the opportunity to travel with them to Vero Beach, Florida to document their journey.
The show we're doing is She Kills Monsters. We've been rehearsing for 11 days because we were originally going to do a different show, but people couldn't go to states if we qualified.
The tension started to build as they got closer to their performance time.
I was the narrator, so I introduced the entire thing, and to be honest, it was nerve-wracking. A few things did go wrong, but it's exhilarating. I'm still on this adrenaline high.
At the end of the night, the cast got the judges' final scores.
The cast did excellent. I should say superior. We had an all-star cast member in Ariana Curry, and they came and they performed. The judges actually said it was a great show, high energy, great characters. Everyone was distinct, memorable, and it was just absolutely stellar.
We got the superior.
The next day, the cast had their individual events and closing ceremonies.
At 10:15, I had a scholarship interview with the tech judge, and I just showed them my works, all my scripts, and what I've done in the past, my published play. I showed them everything, and at the end of the night, during awards for one acts and IEs, they called me up and said that I got the $300 scholarship for thespians at District 15.
Though the cast didn't win their chance to go to states this year, they still got straight superiors in their one acts, along with superiors in their individual events. They had a lot of fun with this experience and can't wait to perform it for Seminole Ridge in the coming months. For WSRH Extra, I'm Alexa Greco.
Coming up on WSRH Sports, we go to Seminole Ridge Hawks varsity girls basketball team to see one young girl take the court.
And an inside look to a recent college softball commitment made here at the Ridge. For those stories and more, we go to WSRH Extra sports anchor Aliana Augusto.
Hey, Allie.
Thanks, Bowie and Riley. One of our very own, Megan Folick, officially signed a softball scholarship to a Florida college. WSRH sports reporter Kayla Wright has the story.
That a girl?
Only 8.4% of high school softball players end up committing to colleges, but on Tuesday, our very own Megan Froelich signed to Southeastern University, where she becomes an addition to the fire.
Just getting to see her in the circle, seeing how our pitches moved and everything, I felt like it was something we could definitely use in our program.
Megan says she has missed out on many different events as a kid because of softball, but it was all worth it.
I have so much love for the game itself, and I think I have a lot of love for the people around me who play with me, and that's what keeps me going, is the love for the game and the love for the people.
Her father, Dave, has had the opportunity to see her grow at home and on the field.
She worked for, pretty much her softball career, and there's been ups and downs. Some days you win some, you lose some, and some days you just wreck playing ball. But you got to take that with the good, the bad. But just, it's like everything in life, it's a big learning lesson.
Although Megan's hard work got her to where she is today, she feels she still owes her success to the people who support her the most.
I really look up to my parents because they pushed me, they drove me to all the tournaments, all the practices, they paid for me to play, and I just couldn't thank them enough for where I am today because they're the ones who drive me.
We wish Megan the best of luck on and off the field. For WSRH Extra, I'm Kayla Wright.
A freshman is starting on the Lady Hawks varsity basketball team and is even ranked highly in the state.
The Ridge's Lady Hawks basketball team has had quite some success over the years, but this year's team appears to be one of the most promising, specifically Aspen Johnson, a freshman starter at the Ridge who's been playing since the 6th grade.
Around 6th grade, when everyone used to tell me I could be really, really good at it, and I didn't believe it until my mom told me. She was like, "You really could be great at it. I need for you to believe it."
But even with sacrifice comes a reward, because Aspen is state ranked here in Florida and has the hard work to thank for it.
You just go to a lot of events. You just make sure people see you. There are certain important people in the business, and as long as they see you and they see the talent that you have, that just puts you on their map.
Aspen's hard work and dedication does nothing but push everyone, even her coach, to want to do better.
Aspen's young. She's very talented. She has the ability to pick up things very fast. Not only that, she brings a different level of play, fast pace, a lot of flash to her game, but has a sense of control and awareness is where she is on the floor. As you can see, Aspen and the rest of the Lady Hawks will be looking forward to a great season, and we wish them the best luck for it. For WSRH Extra, I'm Anthony Bowie.
We wish Aspen the best of luck in her future athletic career. Well, that's it for WSRH Sports. I'm Aliana Augusto.
Thanks, Allie. Well, that's it for this episode of WSRH Extra. If you have any story ideas, please tweet us at SeminoleRidgeTV. I'm Anthony Bowie.
And I'm Riley Sullivan. Don't forget to catch the next show December 14th at 2:30 p.m.